the suspect in yesterday's subway attack in Brooklyn, captured by the NYPD in the East Village at 1:42 p.m. today after a more than 24-hour manhunt across the city and far and beyond that. He was arrested at First Avenue in St. Mark's Place without incident. Police just told us he is now facing federal charges for a terrorist attack on mass transit, and they acted on Crime Stoppers tips to eventually track him down this afternoon. Although his motive is still unclear, they do have a lot more evidence thanks to his social media post and from what they're hearing, talking to witnesses who were on that train yesterday when 10 people were shot and 13 more were injured. This video right here is of the arrest in the East Village, right there on First Avenue, where you can see Frank James was brought into custody and taken to the 9th Precinct by NYPD patrol officers. We also learned a little bit more from Keechant Sewell, the commissioner, about how this all unfolded for the last 24 hours, tracking him to an F train after he exited the R train at 25th Street in Brooklyn to the 7th Avenue Park Slope F train at 9:15 yesterday morning. So as we get all this information in, there's a whole lot more to uncover. And let's go to News 4 Chief Investigative Reporter Jonathan Dienst in the newsroom with what he's learned. Jonathan.
Well, first, we have to take note of the mayor. His first words, "We got him." That announcement coming at the top of this news conference with the official word that the suspect had been caught. Literally moments after his arrest, word quickly spread that Mr. James was caught and was in custody and was taken to the 9th Precinct, where he's being questioned at this hour. A key break came when the ATF was able to track that weapon to a 2011 purchase in Ohio, in Columbus, Ohio. And the purchaser of that gun is the suspect, and that's when they knew he went from being a person of interest to being a suspect, and they all-out manhunt to find him. And it was a Crime Stoppers tip, along with a tweet today, we're told, that led to police to that East Village location into a McDonald's where he was spotted. And then by the time police arrived there, the chief of department saying he had already moved on, but a canvassing of the neighborhood tracked him down. There is some question now as to whether he called the Crime Stoppers tip himself to sort of lead police to his location. That is being looked into. The police commissioner was asked about that at the press conference. She said that is still under investigation in terms of who actually called the Crime Stoppers tip. But nonetheless, the suspect, Frank Robert James, stopped in the East Village at 1:42 this afternoon. They believe he is the man who went onto that train wearing the orange vest that you see there, the construction helmet, swiping the Metro card. 8 stops away from where the shooting happened, he boarded the N train and then opened fire. They answered the question on how he got away after the shooting. They say he was among the crowd that ran across the platform to the waiting R train and took that train one stop to get away. And then he was later swiping himself back into the subway at a Park Slope subway station. So he was back on the trains riding the subways after yesterday's attack that's happened at around 8:24 a.m. That all according to police. Again, it was FBI, ATF joining the NYPD along with the U.S. Marshals and Homeland Security investigators, all teaming up, hundreds and hundreds of investigators working this case, trying to find him. And the break coming this afternoon when he was spotted and tipsters alerted that he appeared to be in the area of St. Mark's Place and First Avenue near a McDonald's, and police converged on the scene. And as you see there, he was put in handcuffs, taken into custody. Too early to know if he's making any statements, if he's cooperating. We know he's in the 9th Precinct at this hour. The U.S. Attorney, Breon Peace, announcing that he will face federal charges for carrying out a terrorist attack against mass transit. That is the federal charge, which, if convicted, he could face up to life in prison. They say he traveled across state lines. Part of that we've been reporting all along, that he allegedly rented that U-Haul van out of Philadelphia after obtaining that gun in Ohio years ago, after obtaining fireworks in Wisconsin a while back, and driving from Philadelphia, where he got that U-Haul van, to New York. He apparently was sleeping in that van overnight and then boarded the subway in the early morning hours to allegedly carry out the attack on the subway. And again, he was armed with a 9mm, fired 33 shots on that train, set off at least 2 smoke bombs, according to police, and inside his bag were additional smoke bombs, fireworks, gasoline, other rounds of ammo. So the question investigators have is, was that the target where he carried out that attack? Or they spoke to that witness who said, "What are you doing?" And he said, "Oops," as if he accidentally set off the device and then pulled out the gun and started shooting. So the question is, was that subway train and subway line the intended target, or it's a line that goes into Manhattan? And did he have other ideas, other sites? That clearly part of the investigation, which is very much ongoing. Adam?
Yeah, still a lot to unfold here. Jonathan Dienst, great job with your reporting. And how about the people of New York? First, saving lives in the aftermath on that subway car in Sunset Park, treating victims in the immediate aftermath, helping people so that they didn't get hurt even more than they already did. Then the tips from the public led to that U-Haul discovery in Gravesend. And then today, Crime Stopper tips from the public help arrest that man, Frank James, the suspect in yesterday's subway attack in Brooklyn. Says a lot about what this city is made of, even after a very difficult day across New York.